Thanks for watching The 9.
All right, listen up, listen up. If you are planning to take your pet along with you on a summer road trip, maybe, if you're going on vacation, our good friend Mike Palmer from Premier Pet Supply, here to talk to us about everything that we need to know before we go. Always good to see you. How are you?
Great seeing you too. I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, let's jump into it because Hampton has a booster seat. First, because he's such a top-heavy dog, a French Bulldog. It was hard to find one that was sturdy enough, you know, because he'll just step over it or he'll pull the thing out of the car.
Keep him in the front seat?
No, he's in the back seat.
Okay.
Is he supposed to be in the front?
No, you can do either or, but you have to make sure and be careful about the airbags in the front. That's always something you have to be mindful of. We do have like the booster seat there. That's probably something similar to what he has. But what's nice is the booster seats are great when you're in the car because it props them up. It allows them to be able to see outside, but it keeps them contained and tethered to a certain area.
The problem that I think I'm having now, I can't get him to sit down in it, and maybe that's a battle I should just give up. Are most dogs standing the whole time?
Depends on the dog. Some dogs are excited, some dogs just want to be near you or around you, but it's so much safer to keep them completely away from you for them and for you. You know, even in a very low mile-per-hour impact crash, a dog can be propelled, and that obviously can hurt the dog tremendously, but also can injure you. And so you want to be careful and make sure that the dog is tethered properly and making sure that Hampton or any dog that you may be traveling with is in a harness, and then you can clip your dog into something like a booster seat or even buckling into a seat. This is great because you can buckle it into your car and then connect the harness to it, which is nice. So it keeps, you know, your dog from jumping into the front or being, you know, falling down in between the seats as well. So having something like that is great for traveling in the car. Yeah,
because he'll be buckled in the booster, but he's just big enough to kind of get to that middle, that little console, and I'm always saying, sit down, back up.
Yeah, and it's distracting, and that's why we have to be careful. Now, you can get a ticket for it too. You don't want a dog who's running around in the car, so you got to be careful for sure.
All right, what else can we do if we plan on traveling?
So, you know, what you can do, some people do travel by plane, and you know, sometimes, you know, I'm not a huge advocate for having the dog have to go into a cargo, but you have to make sure that you have a container that is approved for the airline. Having a top loader is nice, especially for cats, which is great because you can get them in and out very easily. But when traveling with them, keep in mind that you know it's a very stressful situation. See, the car could be even stressful, but especially on a plane. Making sure you have something that you can give them that'll help to calm them. I think it's really important to do so. So
like what?
The CBD is great. CBD infused treats are fantastic. You know, it's just the medicinal value of the hemp plant, and with that, in addition, there's ingredients like valerian root and kava kava, chamomile, things like that that'll just calm the dog down or the cat. So doing something like that a half hour to an hour prior to any type of traveling makes a big difference. But keep in mind, it only lasts for about 3 or 4 hours, so you want to make sure that you are, you know, supplementing again if it's a long car ride, or making sure that the dog has enough, you know, to last however the duration of the trip may be.
I will say I'm guilty of it if I'm just running some errands and, you know, Hampton wants to get out the house with me. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have brought something to give you some water.
Yes, yes, I'm glad you read that. So there's a lot of great canteens that you can bring with you if it's something that you're going to be in the car with. Collapsible bowls are great, like this green one up front here. This is an interesting bowl. This one actually, if you lay it flat, it doesn't spill. You know, if you're sloshing around like in the car. So that's nice to have. So making sure that they're hydrated. Obviously, it's hot right now, so not leaving them in the car. You know, a lot of our cars now, the newer ones, you allow to let run and lock, so they, you know, the air conditioning can stay on. So making sure you're doing things like that, but don't leave them in the car because it's so much hotter in the car than it is even outside.
And then I've seen some of these larger. No, this is a carrier, but I've seen some of those like seat cover.
So we have the seat, like something like this is great because it protects the car from scratches. It protects the car from a lot of excess shedding. Those are great. But the carrier that you're pointing to is something that if you are going to take the dog, if it's a smaller dog or cat, on board with you, something like this is fantastic. So you can get it under the seat and it's approved. But my recommendation is talk to your airline. Make absolutely sure that it's meeting the requirements for measurements before getting to the airport. Because the last thing in the world that you want to happen is getting there and you're not prepared.
I think I have what they would call a short king. He's 50 pounds. He's a short dog, but he's almost 50 pounds. So
he's just thick bone.
That's a big boy. Yeah, he's big bone. That's all. That's all. Always good to see you. Where can we come and find you?
So we've got 13 locations throughout Metro Detroit. It's my family business. Been doing this for over 30 years. So I'd love to have you guys come and check us out and see all these wonderful products and so much more.
All right. Amy?